Hello one and all, my name is Mystic Knight 21 here today, and I am back. Okay, first off, I already explained it in the last episode, but my recording's corrupted, so I lost a lot of the footage of me building my base that you can see here. The other thing is, in this batch of video clips from my recordings, my microphone decided to quit working, so my audio didn't record, and it's just bits and pieces of my comments or whatever I'm saying, and it's very hard to follow what I am saying. So for this entire video, it is going to be mostly just music dubbed over the video, and I will chime in when I need to explain stuff that's going on. A lot of it's time lapse, so I would not be upset if you just skip this video, but if you want to follow along in what happens and where the story goes from here, just go ahead and follow along in the video, or you can skip to the end to find out where I end up. As you can see here on the screen, that yellow waypoint, that is where I spawned. That's the big old stone circle of spawn. In the last episode, I went from spawn down to the south, and I'll circle it right here. You can see it, it's that tiny, that's a village, and the white sort of semicircle right there at the bottom of my map. That is where I ended off last time, right in between those two spots. And then, so between the last episode and this episode, I went from there and I decided to head straight north. I first got back to spawn and I went up these rivers here, and I kept going up and up and up. And as I kept going north, eventually I ran into this big black train line on the right hand side of the screen. And as you can see right here where I put the cyan blue waypoint and my red arrow, that is where I currently am, inside a cave underneath this jungle. Right here next to me is two people's bases, two different people. This black track actually keeps going up north towards a desert temple that someone built. But I don't go into that this episode or anything. So with that, I'll be leaving you to my time lapse, and I'll chime in when I have something to say. See you around. Okay, so around this time, you can see here me and a few of the people online were chatting, just talking about stuff with my YouTube, because I did let the community know that I was going to be recording, because I don't want anyone to get mad at me if I record them and all that. Anyways, also, let's see here, KD Network is coming to my base, and basically I make a new friend right here in just a few seconds if we continue the recording. Okay, so right here when KD falls out of the sky, he gave me a heart attack and a half. I spent so long talking to him over the proximity chat before I realized that he couldn't hear me, because if you see the little icon right next to his name, means he has it muted on his end. But yeah, basically he's talking to me. He brought me gifts, a bunch of iron, gold, copper, and a lovely zesty chocolate bar. Anyways, it was a nice thing. And then even Katie was mentioning about how I'm near one of the laggiest bases on the server, someone else who plays, and with that I was experiencing lag myself, and my game even crashed because at a certain point I stopped using my VTuber avatar. So I ended up, after this I started packing up my base, and in a bit I will show you the finished product of packing up my base, and I'll show you the journey I took through the nether to get to KD's base, because he did offer, I asked him if I could move in next to him, and he did offer I could use some of his resources. So I will see you when I get back from cleaning up my base. Okay, so right here, as you can see, I have completely cleaned out my base, picked up everything that I wanted to pick up. I left the dirt and all that stuff around. I picked up the coal. I put everything into my inventory. I have 3 backpacks now, by the way, from a mining expedition I did a little while ago. And after that, I just asked KDN to give me the coordinates to their base, which they did. And so originally it was around 5,000 blocks away from my base on the overworld, and then I decided to take the nether over, and in the nether it was only around 600 blocks. Thankfully KD did not have their nether portal up on the roof of the nether, so I was able to travel from the nether portal near my base all the way across the nether. As you can see during this time lapse, I went and I even gathered some resources from like glowstone and so on. And eventually I found my way to the waypoint, but there was no nether portal. Turns out that when I set the waypoint from the share, I was on a different Y level than the portal actually was, and it took my Y level, not the actual portal's Y level. So I adjusted it to what I tried to figure out where the Y level was, which it turns out to be 90, right below me, and I dig my way down. Well, actually, what I do is I use the mini map. I use the Y level layers, and I move it up and down, and I find the portal is on the map just below me. So I dig my way down, and I find my way into Katie's portal. And in a bit, I'll show you just a little run through of Katie's base, because I happen to spawn right in the middle of it, and I'm curious, so I like to see all the cool things. Okay, so right here after I get out of KD's base, I'm looking over the terrain and trying to figure out where I am, where I want to go. I see the ocean to the north, well, to the south, my bad, of the mountains, so I decided to head up north, and I found a vacant mountain just to the north of KD's base, and I was trying to ask KD if I was allowed to build on that mountain, and I got my directions mixed up. So, anyways, I go from there. We communicate, and then even KD actually comes back to me and ends up almost killing me with a bullet, and then gives me another zesty chocolate bar, I believe, is what they gave me to refill my hunger. And then after KD leaves, I just start setting up my infrastructure on top of the mountain, doing a lot of stuff, and you'll see here in the last clip before the end that what exactly I do. So here I set up a tree farm. I set up the start of a wheat farm or any kind of farm. I set up of course, water wheels, as you can see there. I have this little workshop area where the chiseled cobblestone is, and then I have this structure right here that I built with netherrack tiles and some jungle wood, and it looks, I like the look of it because it looks like a starter base, how someone would look at the start. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Hit that notification bell below to get notified when I upload more videos. Have a wonderful day. I will see you all next time.